It's almost time for the annual American Association All-Star Game with the top players from the East and West Divisions set to go head-to-head down in Kansas City. Fargo-Moorhead Redhawks saw 3 of their players named to the West Division roster, with 2 of them set to come from the pitching staff. The first name should be no surprise, with the Redhawks ace pitcher getting the All-Star nod. Davis Feldman earning an American Association All-Star spot for the first time in his career. The righty, who spent time in the Toronto Blue Jays organization last season, has been on fire on the mound this year, leading the team in wins, ranking 2nd in ERA. The team's ERA leader will also be in the All-Star festivities once again. Jake Dykhoff earned his 2nd consecutive All-Star trip after finding his groove as a late reliever. The Minnesota Crookston alum has a 1.48 ERA through 30 innings pitched this year. On the batting side of things, only one member of the Red Hawk roster heard his name called this afternoon. Ishmael Alcantara has been named a reserve for the West Division. The outfielder has the 2nd highest batting average in the league at .348. He also leads the association in stolen bases with 36. That's 13 more than anyone else in the league. He's 2nd on the team in RBI with 30, despite missing a good chunk of games to go play in the Mexican League. Here's a look at the All-Star lineup for the West Division. 3 members of the Lincoln Salt Dogs named starters. That's the most of any team in the West. Winnipeg and Sioux Falls also seeing a pair of starters named from their clubs. Alcantara is joined in the reserves by a pair of Canaries and a member of the Monarchs. Here's a quick look at the pitchers for the All-Star game. Feldman and Dykhoff are the only teammates making the trip. A pair of Sioux Falls, Kansas City, Sioux City, and Winnipeg members all earning spots in the rotation. There is one roster spot available for the West Division, and the league is letting fans decide who gets in. The Redhawks could see another pitcher make the trip to Kansas City. Tyler Grauer is one of the nominees for that final spot. He's the 2nd winningest pitcher on the roster, and he leads the team in strikeouts with 44. Voting's now open. Go vote. Russ.